Matches Balone.
Hey, what's up guys? Balone here, bringing you guys another DC Toy Box TV review. Today we're going to be looking at the DC Collectibles Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Armored Batman statue. Okay, so here, continuing with the special surprises, I have a second Batman statue review for you guys this week. And here we have the Armored Batman variant. Now, before we get into the statue review, I do want to go over the packaging. As you can see, just like the other statue, this is your kind of traditional DC Collectibles packaging, where you get this kind of like preview image right here, and then you kind of get this peel design coming across the side. I do want to apologize in advance for the kind of like glare. This is a very glossy box, and so the lights behind me, it is just kind of bouncing off of this box. So I apologize for that. I'll try to give you guys the best kind of image as I can. Right here on the corner, we do get a DC Collectibles logo, which again, that old school peel design they used to have. And then right here, I'm gonna lift it just a little bit. Right there, we do get a Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice logo with Armored Batman written across. So that is cool. I did buy this statue at GameStop, so unfortunately I do have that kind of like GameStop price sticker right there. But if you buy your statue somewhere else, most likely you will not have that sticker. Coming here on the side, again, trying to get you guys the best image without light bouncing on it. We do kind of get a full preview image of the statue inside. Up across right here, we do get some measurement details. And then I'm trying to lift this up. And then in the bottom, we do get a sculptor as well as another DC Collectibles logo right here in the corner. So we're gonna put this down. Then in the back, it's just like the other box where we get preview images of all of the statues within this line. We get this kind of like preview image of the Armored Batman right there. Collect them all written across right here in the middle, and then we get a preview image for the Superman statue, the Wonder Woman statue, and the Batman statue that I just previously reviewed. And then right here, again, lifting it for you guys, right here on the bottom, we do get a DC Comics logo. So that's cool. We're gonna put that down. I'm picking this up and down, and I just don't want to damage the statue inside. And then on the other side, again, kind of continuing with that peel design, we get this really cool blue background with a close-up image of the statue inside right there. And then up top, we just kind of get some sculpting details. So that looks pretty cool. Again, apologize for all the glare, but this is a glossy box, and I can't do much of that. So yeah, let's rotate this to the front. And then on the top of the box, we pretty much just get the Dawn of Justice logo right there on top of a blue background. So that looks really cool. So I'm gonna set this down. And then on the bottom, we pretty much just get a white or a blank bottom with a barcode right there in the center. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for the packaging, guys. It's a really big box, so you know I do have to use a bigger space. But yeah, pretty much it for the packaging. We're gonna get the Armored Batman statue out of his box, and we can check him out. Okay, guys, here we have the Armored Batman statue out of his box. Now I gotta say, this is such a cool statue. Just taking him out of his box, I'm already speechless. Now, when you get it out of the packaging, you are gonna have him in two different pieces. It's actually the statue and the base is separate. I'm gonna remove it here just to kind of give you a little bit of a close-up look. Let's put this guy, you know, I don't want to damage him. So yeah, so the base is really cool. It is the kind of Dawn of Justice logo. Sorry guys, I had a little stutter right there. And it's really cool because it's the Superman emblem on top of the Batman emblem. This is a very, you know, hefty piece, so it looks really cool. It almost looks like destroyed, kind of like concrete or cement. So I really like that. It is primarily a black color, but there is a little bit of red and yellow within the S emblem, so that looks really cool. And there are these two little peg holes. I'm sorry if you guys can't see because of the light. You know, I know it's a big distracting. there are these two little peg holes that the bottom of the armored foot is just gonna slip in, and it's a real simple, you know, just slide him into the holes and he kind of just stays there, you know. So that's pretty much it. Now, just like the other Batman statue, it's not securely in place. He does lift up the base a little bit, so, you know, but just keep in mind that they're not really tightly connected. So if you're gonna move this to a different position, or depending on where you're gonna display him, just keep that in mind that the base is a separate piece. So you don't want to be moving him and then the base falls and it breaks on you. That's, you know, that's just gonna be a horrible day. So yeah, the statue itself is just so awesome. He's just, you know, like if there's ever been something that, you know, that earns the name badass, this is it. This is such a cool statue. I'm gonna bring you guys close. So yeah, you could already see just how highly detailed this figure is. He's still very muscular, but it's not as kind of like pronounced just because he has all these armor platings on top. But he just looks so cool. There's just so much detail coming into this figure. I'm just, I'm speechless. I'm impressed on just how awesome this statue came out. I really like all the armor pieces. They just, man, like I don't even know where to start with this guy, you know. But just like the other Batman statue, and I'll try to bring out the other statue to kind of give you guys a little bit of comparison. But just like the other statue and how it has these kind of like muscular designs, there are in there. You just kind of have to look in close. But what I really like above it all is that these armor plates, they just mold perfectly to kind of like the curves and designs of the, you know, the limbs. So you can kind of see here we have these kind of like leg plates, and he has the knee guard and the shin guard, and it just all molds in nicely. And I also like the detailing, you know, this really does look like metal, you know, this does look like a suit of armor. It is washed, so it looks a little worn, it looks a little dirty, and I think that just fits the kind of like imagery and just the design of how the movie was, how the suit was portrayed in the movie. You know, it just looks really good. And I'm gonna shut up for a little bit just so you guys can kind of look at this and just really get an appreciation for the figure. It just looks so good. You know, I'm gonna try to focus in just a little bit right there. Sorry guys, again, this is a new camera for me, so I'm learning as I go. Okay. So again, like the other gauntlets, it does have its gold fins. Now this one didn't have any gold knuckles, but I don't think that it had them on the suit as well. So it is cool that they did continue the gold fins. That's a really nice design. Same thing with the utility belt. The utility belt is also, this looks more of a bronze and a copper instead of a gold, but it's still, you know, a very dark gold. And the utility belt as well looks just huge and bulky, just like the rest of the armor suit. It just looks, man, it just looks so cool. You know, I just like, man, I'm just astonished at just how much detail there is on this guy. I'm gonna try to lift it up so you guys can kind of get a look of the boot. You know, just detailed throughout the whole thing. Set this guy a little bit, and we're gonna rotate him to the back, and then we'll talk about the cape in a second, guys. Just I wanted you guys to really try to get a good look at just the statue itself. Now something that it's a little funny, but I really feel like they gave this guy a really big butt. You know, the cheeks just look really pronounced outside of the rest of the leg and the armor, so I think that's kind of funny. What I really like about this is that they also gave him the back piece right here. It looks like just a huge metal backpack on him, but I like that they did continue the armoring. Like I said, this is a very detailed figure throughout the whole thing. They did not skip on anything, and I just love it. You know, there's just, man, this just looks so awesome and so badass. You know, it's just super incredible. So yeah, the cape. The cape itself is just like the other Batman statue, where it is a kind of like fabric cape. Now what I like about this is that this is a legitimate cloth. It's not a mesh like the regular Batman. So I feel like this fits a lot better with the, you know, kind of like the style of Batman. And it is the same thing where there are these kind of like seam lines and lines to kind of give you a little bit of shape and mold within the cape. There are two wires. They're both at the edge of the cape. So if you can kind of see right here, this one has the wire right there, and it's also on the other side as well. You know, and so those wires, they kind of try to help you get a little bit of a design if you want on the cape. But again, it's just one of those things where regardless of how you position it, it just kind of wants to go back and stay in its place. So one thing I do want to kind of point out is that this strap across his chest right here, this is a loose, it kind of like a separate piece. It's not molded on. So that looks really cool, but it's also attached to the cape up top there. So if you are gonna rotate the cape, just keep that in mind. Okay, so here we are in gorilla style, and like I said, just a fabulous head sculpt. You know, I'm not exactly sure if it does look like Ben Affleck, but really, who cares? You know, this looks like Batman. Just an absolutely amazing helmet design. You know, you can kind of see the kind of like battle damage, all these scrapes and kind of carvings within the helmet. Let me make sure it is fully focused for you guys. I want you guys to get the best kind of detailed look of the whole figure right there. So we're gonna rotate it around, and it does look like a helmet. You know, it doesn't look like just another mask. You know, it's just, man, it really does look like metal. You know, there's this kind of like nice silver to it. You know, it looks like it's all done in a dark gray, so I'm not sure you know, if that's the painting or not, but it just looks great. I wish the eyes would have glowed, but really those just solid white eyes they're good enough for me. So you know, I dig it. This is the strap that I was talking about, how it is a separate kind of fabric piece, and so if you do mess with the cape, let me try to get it right here. If you do mess with the cape, you can kind of see that you're gonna pull on this strap on his chest. So just keep that in mind whenever you guys are positioning your cape. And like I said, it's really hard to put into words just how cool this statue is. You know, there's just so much great detail in it. You know, it's like I'm still new to the whole figure review, and so I don't know where to begin when it comes to a statue. But this is just so highly detailed. I'm really amazed. This like legitimately, this is a piece of art. You know, I'm just amazed how well somebody was able to mold this and then go ahead and paint it and stuff. This is just you know, phenomenal in every way. You know, it's just amazing. Yeah, like I've never been a big statue guy, just because, you know, I always found them to be a little boring. I always like my action figures because, you know, you can put them in different poses and obviously you can play with them. But I gotta say, this guy just looks amazing. You know, and again, I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of a view throughout the whole thing, just because I think the gorilla mode really does more justice to this guy. Go to the other arm. Just beautiful throughout the whole thing. Simply beautiful. And here we have this great cape. Really like this a lot more than any of the other capes. It just looks so cool. And we're just gonna give you a glimpse of the back, you know, just to kind of show you that back armor, like I said. Just looks so good. You know, this is a figure that really, or a statue that really just speaks for itself. Like I could have been, like I really could have just been quiet. I could have taken out all the sound and just showed you video of this thing. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would still be like, holy cow. But yeah, I'm gonna put that cape back in its place and just give you the last, you know, the last good shot. Okay guys, here we have the two side-by-side comparison of the two Batman statues in the line. Of course, right here you see this armored Batman and we have the regular Batman right there. And I gotta say, I really like that they even kind of positioned the two statues differently. So even though you're double dipping on Batman in general, you are getting two different statues. You know, it's not just a simple repaint or resculpt. These are completely two separate molds in my opinion. And yeah, it just looks really cool. Like these already look so badass. Like if you just have these two in your Batman collection, you're sold, dude. Like this just looks so much awesome. I do want to rotate it to the back just to kind of show you guys the different capes. So again, not to get confused, this one is the armored Batman. This is the one we're reviewing currently. And you can already see just how this is so much of a different cape. It's more of a cloth compared to the meshed look right here. You know, so this is the kind of like that mesh material that the regular Batman has. Like I said, personally, I prefer the armored Batman. It just, I feel like it's a better cape overall. But really, you can't go wrong with either one. They just look so good next to each other. So, yeah, there you have it. Okay, guys, there you guys have it. That is my armored Batman statue review. I gotta say, this is such an awesome figure. I definitely suggest it to all you Batman fans out there, all you Dawn of Justice fans. This is such a cool and awesome statue that really, honestly, I feel like your Batman collection is incomplete if you do not have this. Um, Personally, I recommend both of them, but if you're going the route that you only want to buy one Batman statue, I would highly suggest the armored Batman over the regular Batman. I just feel like it's such a cooler and bigger, badder, and better statue. But really, if you're an Uber collector like me, you gotta collect them all. So this is, this is just nonsense. But yeah, I love it. I love the figure. I love the statue. And I look forward to buying more statues. I'm probably gonna pick up the Superman and Wonder Woman just because Batman and Armored Batman have been such great statues that I really see no, me being disappointed with the other two statues. But go ahead, comment down below, like the video, you guys like it, dislike it if you didn't, and subscribe, and look forward to more statue reviews, guys. Thanks. Laters.